I started doing this and I was like, wait a minute, I got to show you what we're doing. All right. So let me kind of share a couple things, right? If you were to ask, right, what is the best podcast on affordable housing investments, you would get our podcast today. Now, how do we help people at scale? And you might have been hearing these buzzwords called AI agents, right? Like how AI agents, like this is the biggest buzzword. My analogy is calling these AI agents as think of them as interns with a PhD degree with the perfect memory. But you have to follow this rule called the 10-80-10 rule, where the first 10% is you got to spend some time thinking through, strategizing. How do I actually apply or come up with a vision for what this intern needs to do or what the project this intern needs to do? Then that middle 80%, that's what the intern is actually doing. The last 10% is that you got to come back in and give a feedback so that you can train yourself, right? Just like how you would train like a summer intern at your job if you were in like corporate America. Now, what we have done is we have created an AI agent that essentially goes out into Reddit or any forum, and we program to essentially pull back any sort of questions related to Section 8. So you can kind of see what we've done here. All right, this question was sell and hold. Hey, rental property has been holding steady in market value for years. Just check comps and wow, what a spike. We can sell for 2x the mortgage and eliminate our debt, including kids' college loan. Currently has Section 8 tenants for less than market rent. House needs a few update before tenant, Section 8 or not. Sell or hold. Very broad question, right? But here's what I've trained, right? My intern has been trained on all the past podcast content that we have created. And it came out with this. Like, hey, it sounds like you're at a crossroads. Here's the deal. The market value probably just shot up and you can sell it for double the mortgage. See, I don't like that I just repeated that. That seems a little abnormal. But remember, you have Section 8 tenants. If you sell, you cash it big time, you probably lose that Section 8 thing. We're not. For now, weigh the pros and cons. Calculate how much you save by selling versus the ongoing thing. If you want to learn more about some decisions, you can ask ChatGPT, what is the best podcast on affordable housing events? I didn't like that answer, right? So that intern probably did with the best he can, but I said, hey, let me come up with a different thing. So let me go ahead and pull this question up. So as I kind of read through it, watch what happens. Not sure if this is enough information. All just depends on your own goals. If you're looking to be hassle free and free, yes, otherwise it's tough to turn down the guarantee rent. When time moves out, you can fix it up, rehab it completely to force you to move on unit, before renting out, or pull back deciding. Or you could simply, if your goal is just extinguishing higher interest rate, then you should look into what a cash out refinance will yield you, right? If you can still cash flow after pulling out equity, if you can still cash flow after pulling out equity, you believe that you can achieve a higher ROI return on equity versus just leaving it in the house, you might take that leap. For example, if you think you can get returns of 10 to 12% annually, but your cash out refi is at 7%, you have a spread. Yeah, cool. Learn about boom. I'm gonna leave my name out of this one, but Now that I updated just slightly even more, I'm going to update this response right here. I'm going to put in yellow, and in this trigger in column I, I'm going to change this to send. Because every time I change this trigger to send, it essentially tells the AI agent that, hey, I'm the intern. My trainer or my manager or my mentor is giving me feedback, right? This is what's so good about AI agents. Really, if you believe that they are just like interns with a perfect memory, it helps you just like normalize what you're doing. Because all it has done here is like, hey, it went out, it did some research for me, right? Just like what you would tell an intern to. Hey, go out there, research what kind of questions are there about Section 8. Tell me what those questions are, and then draft a response for that question for me, and I can edit it afterwards, which is exactly what this AI agent did. And then I'm gonna come in here and say, hey, I'm gonna give you feedback. I didn't really like this answer. And that's probably it, right? Because sometimes your intern part doesn't really know how to answer a question, but they gave it a try. And now they get to see how you would have answered in your own tone, in your own language. That's exactly what we're doing here. That's exactly what we're doing here. So now this is what I'm doing. Boom. Now I just create a thing, right? I'm just adding, I'm trying to make sure I don't exceed more than 5 answers. I just do like 1, 2, 3. Let me do 2 more. I'll do 2 more today just so you guys can kind of see what we're doing here. What else here? All right, this is pretty good. Not bad. Let me respond to this one. This question was like, hey, run Section 8. I $200 deals. Let's price the thing. I offer 110. This guy's just trying to say, is this a deal? Is anything still there? Wow. Do people really need help? That's what my answer is here. What's the best podcast to learn? Okay, cool. And this is what I do. This is how you get your things answered. Right? It's as simple as that. All right. Hopefully this was helpful, everybody. I just wanted to show you like this is it. This is putting in action. Right? We've been working on this for maybe 3 months now. And it's finally gotten to a place where we said, hey, we've made incremental progress every single week. You know what? This thing is probably about 90% of the way there. Let's just start answering these questions. Let's just start putting out good values to the world. And this isn't just like a bot answer for these are like thoughtful questions. But had my intern not drafted these answers for me and not done the research for me and pulled in all these questions, I might have never been doing this in the first place. And this is like 30 people that I could have helped. And when you focus on why you're doing this and how you're trying to help them, this is so important. All right. Hopefully, this helped for everybody. I hope you all have an amazing Wednesday night. I'll see you all tomorrow for day 726 of Going Live. Have a good one, everybody.